Thank you for listening to the Golden Hour Drip podcast with me, Logan Lee Miller. Enjoy the show. Welcome back to the Golden Hour Drip podcast. I'm your host, Logan Lee Miller. What a whirlwind this week has been. Okay, I don't know if it was something in the air. I don't know if it was the super blue moon or whatever the heck my TikTok was talking about, but I felt a shift. I was like, oh my gosh, like I was kind of a little wore out last week, and this week I feel rambunctious. Okay, I feel like energy and all of the things, but kind of like some pivotal things happened, starting with my computer. Okay, so I've talked about it before. She had a hinge problem. So my left hinge was starting to kind of pull my screen apart, which is problematic. Okay. And this has been happening for the last, I'm going to say 2 months or maybe 3. I, had some screws fall out and some plastic break, and I have kept my computer stationary. It's been on my desk. I haven't messed with it. And I don't know what came over me on Monday, but I was like, I need to fix it. I was thinking about all the areas that need to be kind of like picked up or changed or modified. There's been a couple things that have been on my to-do list or my later list that I haven't got to yet, right? Like those things that were like, we need to oil that a door or pick up the dead plants outside, like just a couple random things that needed to be completed and done. And I haven't got to them. And one of them being my computer. So I hopped on YouTube and I figured out that I could take it apart, and it was just the back screen or the back like case part of my actual computer, not the case, but like the back casing of the computer, the laptop. And apparently this is a very, very common problem with Acers. So, okay, great. Like I'm trying to do it. I thought it would be very simple. The video was super simple. The only problem is the computer that I have, instead of having 2 screws at the top to hold in the computer screen, it had an adhesive on the back that was so strong, and I was trying to take a straight razor because it's like not enough room for me to like get in there with a pair of scissors and cut it. It's so strong. This is also like the LED screen of my computer, so I don't want to break it. And I'm trying to pull it apart, and of course, one little snap and I crack my computer screen. So not only did I have like this small little problem of my hinge not working, so my computer could not open or close, or it would literally like pry the screen anyways apart, but now I have a crack in my computer. And I literally felt like so much tension. I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, why am I having this problem now? And also, it's kind of like an itch that you have. You aren't satisfied until you itch it. And that was me. Like, I wanted to pull apart this computer case. I'd taken a bunch of screws out. I was trying to fix the problem. I couldn't just let it be. And I ended up cracking the screen. So with my bruised ego, I took it to the computer repair shop and I said, okay, here's all my pieces. I tried to do this. And he looked at it and he was like, wow, like you did a lot of the work. You were almost there. And I was like, that makes it worse. That makes it worse that you told me I was almost there. And he was like looking through it and he's like, okay, like I'll order the part for you. The hinge part was going to be like $30. The new screen was going to be like $60. So now we're at $100 and the labor is $80 an hour. So he's like, yeah, I can have this fixed for you. It's going to be about $200. I was like, okay, perfect. Amazing. I love that. One, if I was able to do it myself, would have saved so much money. $80 in fact, but because I like pushed it too far, now I have to replace the screen. But on top of that, I already need a new computer. I've had this computer since my sophomore or junior year of college. She has kept me through a lot. This was the computer that I first started my podcast on, and I also did my vlogs on. And it's storage. I'm always running out of storage. It's like a problem I have. Always want to keep all the photos, all the videos, all of the things, and from 4 years of podcasting, from the almost 2 years. No, it's only been 1 year of vlogging. And then the multitude of photos I have, my computer is always filled to the brim with running out of storage. So my storage has been low. And then also and I'm figuring this out, the like processing part of it, of my computer is like kind of low. It's like 8 or something. And the computers, because it's processing, it's like very low. Like they're advertising like 32 for the like processing part of the computer. Technology, I like it in the aspect that I want the best quality for my podcast. I want the best quality for my vlogs or taking photos or anything like that. But I know the bare minimum. Like I just want RAM. That's what it's called. RAM. I think my computer has 8 RAM and I'm looking at computers at 16 to 32 RAM. So I've been in the market for a new computer, right? I knew that my computer was not keeping up with my processing for my YouTubes and my podcast. I knew that one day I was going to have to replace my computer. It just wasn't keeping up. I just didn't want to do it this week. And because I wasn't patient, because I pushed the envelope and literally wrecked my computer beyond repair, I had to take it to the repair shop. And one of the parts is not going to get here until the middle of September. Well, I can't wait until the middle of September because I already didn't get Monday's podcast YouTube up in time because I wrecked my computer. So that's another thing, another pivotal, like chaotic moment of my week is Monday or Sunday night when I was recording, or Sunday day. I forget when I actually recorded Monday's episode, but during the Monday's episode, and I keep looking down at my dang little pod track thing, but for the second half, I thought that the audio recorded, but the second half of my podcast from Monday did not have the audio recorded. So if you noticed how crappy the audio went, that's because my camera was the only thing that recorded. My little Zoom pod track thing did not record. So that was like a wrench where half of my episode wasn't like very good quality. And then my computer busted. And also around this time, I realized I've been working on a little project for the past couple months. And I just realized that the name that I've chosen for my project is trademarked under something else. And so I'm unable to use it. It's trademarked in like the specific category that I'm looking for. And there's no way for me to actually like continue on with it. So I had my podcast record horribly. My computer busted. And then a project I've been working on for months, the name I wanted is trademarked specifically. And I had already gotten the social media handle, the email address, the website worked on. And I was a little devastated, to be honest. I was like, oh gosh, like this was a perfect fit. And of course it was like this perfect, amazing idea, but that name has already been kind of like thought about. So I was trying to take some quiet time to myself and like kind of process these things that are happening. Hey, I hope that you're enjoying today's podcast episode. Just a quick interruption to let you know that the Golden Hour Drip podcast has a monthly newsletter. You'll find podcast updates, upcoming events and information, and bonus content. If you haven't already, click the link in the show notes and join today. Now, back to the show. because I have had the focus be on my habits and my routines this past month. And I know I keep talking about what I've been working on, my steps, my phone, my book that I want to read every night. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, like this week was kind of a hard week. Like I had several things fall apart, literally. How I process my videos, my computer, this trademark thing. And I had to remind myself that sometimes things are going to fall apart when we are chasing something higher, when we are wanting to go to the next level or wanting to achieve the goals. There's a reason we haven't achieved them right now in this moment. And it's because you're not the person you need to be to achieve those goals. You're not set up. You don't have the systems. And in order to be that person you want to be, you have to start doing the things that align with that vision, that align with that person, because you're never going to wake up and just be who you want to be. You're never going to be that CEO or that high performing athlete if you're not working on yourself, if you're not doing the inner work, if you're not being the person you need to be. And so as I'm frustrated because after recording this episode, I'm going to have to go because technology is like not my immediate favorite thing to do. It's more of like, I know it because I have to know it. And like, in order to achieve the things, I need to have the education, right? Like I need to know what computer stuff is going to work for me. And so for the past couple days, I've been using my work computer, or I've been using Garrett's computer to accomplish what needs to be accomplished. And I know that I cannot be without a computer. So on top of that, I was able, the literal only blessing, I was able to like get everything off my original computer. I have a little terabyte, and I was able to copy all of that from my computer to the terabyte. So I'm not like completely starting over, but like the episode that I need to upload it, like my TikTok clips that I usually have, gone. And so that's really, really frustrating. But I know that I'm having to start over and that it's sometimes painful. But in order to be the person I want to be, in order to do the things that I've been like working on, getting myself aligned, getting in the mindset, getting into the habits, the routine, I have to essentially burn everything else down in order for the new growth to come. I have to look at it from a different perspective. And about like the trademark thing, I was at first, like in the hour that I figured it out, I was so devastated. I was so just like sad. And I was like, gosh, like now I can't do this thing. And I realized that what I want to do doesn't matter what the name is. It doesn't matter the container that it's in. What's important is that I do it. Like, because I have this idea in my heart, because I want to make an impact, because I want to show up in a certain way, it doesn't matter if someone has done something similar. It doesn't matter if the name I wanted is gone. Like, part of my like inner like childhood trauma, I want things to be for myself. I had multiple siblings. I have 5 siblings. And so for me, I always wanted like things just to myself. I wanted it to be just so. I wanted it to be my own because I had to share everything. And so for me, sharing thoughts or sharing like a certain thing with other people kind of irritates me. I want to be individual. I want to be totally separate. And so in the past, I've let like other people who wanted to do something hold me back from also doing that thing. And one instance was when I was a kid, I loved the color pink. It was my favorite color, so much so that I did not want my sisters, Caitlin or Ashley, to wear pink because pink was my color and I wanted to be individual. I wanted to be unique in that color. And that's like one silly little thing when I was a kid, like 6, 7, 8, right? And I think about as an adult how there are things that I want to do and I might compare and think, oh gosh, like I can't do that because someone else does it. Or, someone else has this idea. I can't do it myself. And so I have to change the narrative and think they're going to do it in their way, but what I bring to the table is going to be different. What I bring to the table is already unique because it's me. I can have a similar story to someone else, right? Like someone else can have 5 siblings and that's not going to take away from them having 5 siblings. I can also have the 5 siblings. So this past week, I've been definitely working through like being individual, but also adapting. I feel like the entire theme for this week was adaption. I'm going to adapt to my computer breaking. I'm going to adapt and pivot from this trademark. I can't use it anymore, but I can figure out something else because nothing is going to stop me. Like if you have the mindset that it doesn't matter what has gone wrong this week, it is always working for me. I'm being pivoted to like the right thing. And so after the hour of being so sad about this trademark, I was looking at the details of the trademark and I was like, this actually is exactly what I want to do. Like this was like the same like concept and it's a simple concept. Okay, don't get me wrong, it's not record breaking, but like if you take Walmart being a grocery store and then you take Kroger or any other grocery store, they're grocery stores and that's the category, but they're doing it in their own way. And so it's like maybe it wasn't the specific word that was meant for me, right? Like maybe the journey was seeing what I want to do defined. And so I changed how the outcome was going to impact me. I was adaptable. If I just looked at that and thought, oh, I can't do what I set out to do. I can't do what I wanted. I'm just going to shut down and, continue like with my present instead of dreaming of something bigger, instead of dreaming and working towards something different. I can get in the mindset of, oh my gosh, like it's already been done. I can't do it before. But if you have that mindset, you are not allowing other people to be in your your goodness, like what you bring to the world, your perspective, your heart, your feelings, your emotions. If you're holding back from that, then you are doing a disservice to the world. And so for me, I just put it in the perspective of, okay, I can't do this, but I can pivot, I can turn, I can do something else. And something that has been really actually like Lori Harder, her story of how she did Glossy, which is her like little supplement. In the beginning, like I think it's almost been like 3 years, maybe 2-3 years. She started Glossy as light pink, and light pink was going to be an alcoholic canned drink. And then she pivoted to Glossy, which is a packet of a health benefit, like a health collagen supplement with a probiotic in it. Actually, go to our website, look exactly what it is. I know it's supposed to help you glow from within, but in regards to the fine print, you need to go look yourself. But like I got a Glossy packet and every day I've been having my Glossy and it's like a reminder. Lori didn't start this business, didn't start this idea with Glossy, the end product in mind. She was thinking, okay, I want to make a canned beverage. This is what I'm going to do. And then she pivoted. So every day when I've been having my Glossy, I've been thinking to myself, oh my gosh, like this week, right? When I had this huge thing happen, it's not stopping me. Her showing up in her way and sharing her story helped me be adaptable and helped me pivot and think, okay, like that didn't work. What else can I do? It's not going to hold me back. It's not going to like deter me from my end goal. I'm meant for so much more. I'm going to be doing so much more. It doesn't matter if my computer broke. It doesn't matter if somebody else has a different trademark. I know that what I have makes it special, and I can pivot with a different name, right? Like, isn't Shakespeare's little quote, like, a rose is still sweet by any other name? What makes you up is unique. It doesn't matter what you call it. It doesn't matter if someone else has done it before. We wouldn't have had the great innovators. We wouldn't have like the great amazing things if we just allowed every single little thing to stop us in our way. So I've just been really appreciating being adaptable this week and not letting anything stop me. And you shouldn't let anything stop you either. What you have is unique and special and should be shared with the world. So thank you so much for listening to this week's little Friday episode. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please share it with a friend. Please like, subscribe, all of the things. It means the world to me. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.